will come under the epithelial tissue. The major function of epithelial tissue is to provide the lining, protection and absorption. Coming to the connective tissue, it does help in support, binding. Hi everyone, now we are starting with our new chapter, that is the structural organization in animals. Before starting this, let me ask you a question, that how does our body manage to do so many activities at the same time? Like we do many things, we breathe, we digest food, we think, we move, we reproduce, and our body is capable of doing all these things together. So how is it possible? This is possible because that our body has the division of labor. We have the division of labor in our body, that each function is done by different systems in our body. So based on this, we will see the difference between the unicellular and multicellular organisms first. What are the unicellular organisms? They are the organisms that are made of a single cell. So here just one cell will perform all the functions. So just a single cell is going to perform all the functions of the body, that is the digestion, respiration, excretion and reproduction. So all these functions are just done by a single cell. But when you come to a multicellular organism, in a multicellular organism, the case is different. Here it's multicellular and one cell is not capable of doing all function. One cell is not capable of doing all these functions. There is the division of labor between many cells. Okay, like we humans have some billions of cells, and all these cells are divided into different groups, and each group perform different functions. So each organism is made of millions of cells. All these cells are grouped under different categories and each perform different function. In this way they are categorized and they systematically does the function. We have already studied like all the cells that are capable of performing a single function are grouped under to form a tissue. Okay, all the cells that perform a single function are grouped under a tissue. So what happens in a multicellular animal? In a multicellular animal, all the similar cells, okay, all the similar cells, they are grouped under to form a tissue. Okay, so all the cells of a tissue specifically perform a function. They have a specific function. So this type of organization is called as tissue. So tissue consists of a group of cells which have the common function and origin. This is the definition given in the NCERT, that the tissue consists of a group of cells with similar origin and function. Okay, you can see the unicellular and multicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, the division of labor is seen between different group of cells, the tissues. Okay, but in the multicellular organisms, in the unicellular organisms, just a single cell is performing all the things. Coming to the tissues, in animals, in major animals, we have 4 basic types of animal tissues. So we have 4 basic types of animal tissues. What are they? The first type of tissue is our epithelial tissue. We have a epithelial tissue. Then we have a connective tissue. So then we have a muscular tissue. We have the muscular tissue, after which comes the neural tissue. So under the epithelial tissue, we have the cells which are capable of performing protection, that form the lining and does absorption. So the cells performing these will come under the epithelial tissue. The major function of epithelial tissue is to provide the lining, protection and absorption. Coming to the connective tissue, it does help in support, binding and transport. The major body things like the blood and bone will come under the connective tissue. In the muscular tissue, the major help of the muscular tissue is in the movement. It helps in the movement and locomotion. Coming to the neural tissue, it helps in the coordination, of different organs and also in the impulse conduction. So what are the 4 types of tissue we have seen? We have seen the epithelial tissue, then the connective tissue, the muscular tissue and the neural tissue. The functions of these tissues are also seen. They perform different functions. So no matter how complex the animal is, it uses all these 4 types of tissues. In all the animals, we find all the 4 types of tissues based on their function and their location is specific. So after the tissue, from a single cell, we next come to form the tissues. So after the tissues, from the tissues, the next thing that are formed are our organs. From the tissues, we form organs. What are organs? That the different tissues combine in specific proportions. The different tissues combine in specific proportions to form different organs. Okay, so example, let us see about the heart. Heart is an organ. So in heart we see that the epithelial tissue forms the inner lining and the muscular tissue does the pumping action. Coming to the connective tissue, it gives the support, and then the neural tissue helps in the control of heartbeat. So by the proportional combination of all the 4 basic tissues, an organ heart is formed. So therefore in one organ we see many tissues. Next, all the organs together, from the organs an organ system is formed. Okay, from a single cell the tissue is formed, from the tissue the organs are formed, from the organs an organ system is formed. So what happens in the organ system? That 2 or more organs work together, 2 or more organs work together for a common function. Okay, all 1 or 2 organs, they work together and there's a common function, and when this happens they are grouped under the same organ system. So the example of such organ systems are the digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, reproductive system, etc. So in the division of labor, what is the hierarchy we have seen? We have seen the cell. From cell it goes to the tissue. So next to the tissue we see the organs, and from organs we see the organ system. So this type of organization is seen. Okay, this is the organization. So now each level has a different role. At each level we have a different role. There is a specific function at cell, at tissue, at organ and at the organ system. All these work together and make the survival easier. So these are compared to, like for better understanding, we have workers in a factory. So now the workers are grouped into departments. Then we have machines, we have a factory head and all. So all these people, they work together and they help in running a successful factory. So in the same way, when all these does their work properly, they lead to the better survival of the organism. Okay, as the organisms evolved along the evolution, as the organisms evolved through the process of evolution, some structures have become complex also, and functions also became specialized. So we have seen the evolving trend between these structures also. These will be studied in detail in higher classes. Okay, see here the 4 types of tissues. We have the neural tissue, the muscular tissue, the connective tissue and the epithelial tissue. All these 4 types of tissues, when they are combined in different proportions, they form our organs. Here you can see. So from a single cell a tissue is formed. A tissue forms a single organ. From organs, different organs performing same function are grouped together under same organ system, and different organ systems combining forms a organism. Okay, next we'll see some important definition. Coming to it, the first definition to know about is the morphology. What is morphology? Morphology is the study of external features of an organism. What comes under external features? The shape of organism, the size of organism, the color of organism and the body parts, which all we see from the outside and we can judge them. So such things comes under the morphology. Coming to the anatomy, we have seen this definition before also, that the study of internal structure of an organism is called as anatomy. Like we see the internal organs and their arrangement. Okay. In plants, morphology usually means the external features. In animals, the morphology plus anatomy both are important, because the animal anatomy is more complex than the plant anatomy. Okay. In plants, the morphology holds more context than the anatomy. Okay. In animals, both the
notes, while doubts stay uncleared. Hours of self-study, yet biology still feels confusing. Because sometimes you don't need more lectures, you need personal guidance. At Crack Mentors, students get live personalized online one-on-one biology classes with dedicated faculty support, personal doubt solving, and focused improvement strategy.